Everyone, and welcome to our online lesson on reported speech. We've briefly covered this topic after the winter holiday, so today we are going to do a bit of revision followed by a couple of exercises. So make sure you have your notebook and something to write with ready. When we report someone's words, we can do it in two ways: direct speech and reported or indirect speech. As the name implies, direct speech is someone's exact words. For example, Sarah said, "I'm worried." To write the same sentence in reported speech, we would say, Sarah said that she was worried. The word that is optional, by the way. As you can notice, there are a few differences between direct and reported speech. When we change direct speech to reported speech, we must often change the verb tense. For example, he said, "I am disappointed." This is direct speech. He said he was disappointed. This is reported speech. The verb am is present simple, and the verb was is past simple. So if we use the present tense in direct speech, we use the past in reported speech. Another example, he said, "I have seen snow." In reported speech, we say, he said that he had seen snow. Notice the present perfect simple, have seen, changes to the past perfect simple, had seen. The student said, "We are reading a book." This is direct speech. The student said they were reading a book. This is reported speech. Notice that the present continuous changes to the past continuous. So what happens to the verb when we change a sentence from direct speech to reported speech? The verb shifts one tense back. So present simple changes to past simple. Past simple changes to past perfect simple. Present perfect simple changes to past perfect simple. Past perfect simple does not change. Must changes to had to. Will changes to would. And may changes to might. Continuous verb tenses also change. For example, am, are, is writing changes to was, were writing. Was, were reading changes to had been reading. Has been singing changes to had been singing. Had been traveling, for example, stays the same. It doesn't change. Modal verbs such as might, could, would, should, ought to do not change. Now read the following rules and choose the correct option, A, B, or C. Try doing it without checking your notebook. When you change direct speech to reported speech, verbs in the present simple usually change to. The correct answer is B, the past simple. Verbs in the present continuous usually change to. The answer is the past continuous. Verbs in the past simple usually change to. The answer is the past perfect simple. Can changes to could, and pronouns sometimes change depending on the context. When we change something from direct speech to reported speech, we often need to change the time as well. For example, on Monday, the boy says to the girl, "I will call you tomorrow." A few days later, let's say on Thursday, the girl meets her best friend and reports to her what the boy said. "He said he would call me the next day, but he didn't." Notice that will changes to would and tomorrow to the next day. So this evening changes to that evening. Today or this day changes to that day. These days, those days. Now changes to then. A week ago changes to a week before. Last weekend changes to the weekend before or the previous weekend. Next week changes to the following week. Tomorrow changes to the next day or the following day. And here changes to there. And our last piece of information. It isn't always necessary to change the tense if something is still true now. For example, direct speech. John said, "I am a doctor." Reported speech. John said, "He's a doctor." We don't need to change the tense because this is still true now. Let's look at another example. "I'm coming here tomorrow," she said. If this is reported on the same day in the same place, she said she's coming here tomorrow. If it's reported later in a different place, she said she was going there the next day. Now let's do some practice. Rewrite what you said using reported speech. I'll give you 20 seconds for each sentence. First sentence. I don't want to study for the exam. The correct answer is Sue said she didn't want to study for the exam. Next sentence. I'm going to watch a film. The answer is Sue said she was going to watch a film. Next one, I can't download any films. Reported speech. Sue said she couldn't download any films. Fourth sentence. I can borrow my brother's laptop. The answer is Sue said she could borrow her brother's laptop. Next one, my brother doesn't have any films on his laptop. The correct answer is Sue said her brother didn't have any films on his laptop. And the last sentence, I'm going to the cinema. The correct answer is Sue said she was going to the cinema. Let's move on to the next exercise. Rewrite the quotations in reported speech, changing the pronouns where necessary. Again, you have 20 seconds for each sentence. First sentence, I want to catch the shoplifter, the security guard said. The correct answer is the security guard said he wanted to catch the shoplifter. Next one, the police arrested a vandal, she said. And the answer? She said the police had arrested a vandal. Next, it's difficult to catch drug dealers, said the police inspector. Reported speech. The police inspector said it was difficult to catch drug dealers. Next one. We are questioning two teenagers about the burglary, the police officer said. The correct answer is the police officer said they were questioning two teenagers about the burglary. And the last sentence, a boy in my class vandalized a park bench, my brother said. The correct answer is, my brother said a boy in his class had vandalized a park bench. This concludes our first lesson on reported speech. Till next time.